Graham, I want to start on the supporters because you mentioned before the game about positive from the off, and in fairness, you got exactly that from them.
Yeah, I could tell they were 100% behind us and me and the team. But we almost delivered, but not quite. There's something we'll have to look at, really. I mean, it is, that back to the top end of the pitch, where I thought we were a bit nervous first half. I thought the game was, in truth, they weren't really doing that much, but we would, we looked like we'd done a lot of work on the training ground, we were set up, but then we have to play, we get the ball, and that didn't happen. But then second half, it started to happen. Michael Jacobs in particular probably influenced it a bit. The midfield got, we had a talk at half time, and it was really encouraging. And just when you're thinking, Ryan was on at that stage when we conceded, and I thought he showed glimpses, so you're probably thinking, well, it could be 1-0 this either way, and hopefully it goes our way, and then we concede a poor goal, the first goal, but we spoke about it. It's just everybody's totally switched off for me. But you could argue there's contact, but that would be like clutching at straws. I think we have to be honest with ourselves. But there was encouraging signs, but obviously the situation needs more.
And in the first half, you mentioned perhaps they didn't play as much as they could, but the chances were there, weren't they? I mean, Omar's is great, Obertan hits a good half volley, Jacobs' free kick. You need one of them to go in.
Yeah, just talking to somebody before, we probably worked the goalkeeper, their goalkeeper, more than we have done, which is encouraging. But then in another way, didn't work him hard enough. There were easy saves really, where we should have punished them. So there's definitely a goal in it for us, and that is probably the most encouraging aspect really, because I think we'll always be reasonably tidy. I mean, when it was 1-0, like I sent Dan Burn up at in our position, 1-0, it may as well be 2 or 3. So, I blame myself for the second goal rather than the team. So, like I say, I still think there's some encouragement, and maybe the break, they're going to get different parts of the squad, different days off, and maybe that just might refresh them a bit and get down to work and ready for the next games.
You brought Craig Morgan in, a bit of a switching style. What did you make of his performance, and what was the thinking behind the switching style?
Well, I'd had a look at things early on in the week, and without Stephen Warnock, if I'm being honest, the back fours looked a little bit fragile that we worked on. I thought we'll go for some extra strength, but then that allows you to have 3 players up the pitch. And Andy Kellett had been bright in training, and I thought he did well today while he was on the pitch. I thought the wing backs situation worked. We've obviously seen it before, and obviously seen it produced, but I was a part of that, and that came out of Tuesday's session, and we worked on it, and I think there was positive signs, and just a bit disappointed that maybe the other 2 players at the top of the pitch didn't work as hard as Michael to make it work really, Michael Jacobs.
I want to mention Andy Kellett, come off, looked distraught. What's the early prognosis there?
It's one of them. We'll always have to wait till tomorrow, but the fact that he came off is disappointing and disturbing really, to be honest with. Obviously a short time, but I mean, we have got the 2 weeks, so I haven't really spoke to the it's like after games, I haven't really managed to speak to the physios properly yet, so hopefully it's not too bad, because I was actually going to leave him on the pitch and have him higher up the pitch like we did at Barnes last year, so that was disappointing.
8 games to go, can't give up, can you?
Oh no, I'm not going to give up, no chance, but the fixtures are tough, and it's all about, I think we've just got to find a bit more belief on the ball, so hopefully in the next 2 weeks we'll be able to do that.